Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the back, horse stock is attached. Head is matted black, got the bushes black to match. Riding on a horse, you can whip your Porsche. I been in the valley, you ain't been up off that porch. Now, can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Riding on the tractor, lean all in my blood. Cheated on my baby, you can go and ask her. My life is a movie, but riding in boobies. Cowboy hat from Gucci, Wrangler on my booty. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Hat down, cross town, living like a rock star. Spend a lot of money on my brand new guitar. Baby's got a habit, diamond rings and Fendi sports bras. Riding down Rodeo in my Maserati sports car. God knows stress, I've been through all that. I'm like a Marlboro man, so I keep going back. Wish I could roll on back to that old town road. I wanna ride till I can't no more.
I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Hot up, ready to go. I got my eyes on the prize. I'm sick of feeling the lows. I wanna roll with the odds. I took a different path. I did it all on my own. So, whole world ready for me. I got a vision in mind. It's time to roll up my sleeves. You know I'm feeling alive. I took a different path. I did it all on my own. So, I've been hoping that my dreams come true. And I'm hoping that I make it with you. Count it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Work it out, think we're gonna make it. Shout it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you feel the vibe, yeah? Count it out, let me hear your zip code. Work it out, feeling like a Rango. Worldwide, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you feel the vibe, yeah? Hopped up, look at us go. We could shoot for the stars. Gonna start a parade. See, the future is us. It's a beautiful day. We did it all on our own. So I've been hoping that my dreams come true. And I'm hoping that I make it with you. Count it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Work it out, think we're gonna make it. Shout it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you feel the vibe, yeah? Count it out, let me hear your zip code. Work it out, feeling like a Rango. Worldwide, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you feel the vibe, yeah? Do you feel the vibe, yeah? Do you feel the vibe, yeah? Hopped up, ready to go. I got my eyes on the prize. I'm sick of feeling the lows. I wanna roll with the odds. I took a different path. I did it all on my own. So, hopped up, look at us go. We can shoot for the stars. Gonna start a parade. See, the future is ours. It's a beautiful day. We did it all on our own. So, count it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Work it out, think we're gonna make it. Shout it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you feel the vibe, yeah? Count it out, let me hear your zip code. Work it out, feeling like a Rango. Worldwide, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you
Hold up. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get the fuck out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me, though. You either with me or win. Win, 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 win. Curve everything else. Win, 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 win. These ups ain't lit. Win, 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 win. Start chasing that shit.
Around the tongue right here. Good.
Win, win, win.
There's one word that everybody has to believe. That's the truth. Each and every one of you have to tell the truth. Each and every one of you have to live the truth. But you also have to believe the truth. If you don't believe that, you can't improve.
That's squad, 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 squad. All of them gon' shoot. Don't try, 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 try. I walk in room. They eyes wide, wide, wide. Third album come soon. I'm glad y'all gon' die. I ain't chasing after no. I got bigger plans than staying rich. I've been tapped in since I was 6. I tap dance all on the brick. And your diamonds like tap water. That drip way too foggy. These VVS is way awesome. Pork CLS for baby mama. Drop to your death without fourth quarter. Fourth quarter. Commitment. Discipline. Effort. Toughness. Pride. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get the up out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me, though.
Turn up.
You either with me or win. Win, 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 win. Curve everything else. Win, 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 win. These ops ain't lit. Win, 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 win. Start chasing that chip. Win, 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 win.
Everybody has the same opportunity to make the choices and decisions to do the best that you can do, to be the best that you can be. You don't need to defend what you do. You need to focus on what do I need to do to get better. We all can.
Just to re-up and he was like, boop.
Around.
Just what it was, flipped the whole dub and gave it back, boop. 9/11, no knowledge, baby. 9-ball with no violence, baby. My trigger finger got callous, baby. My bare knuckles got talent, baby. I'm all in the wind with it. On deuce line, I've been with it. She too fine, I've been hit it. Crashed 2 times, I limo tinted my new ride. I'm riding with the toaster. 12 better not pull me over. Championship going dumb. Nothing to something, I won. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get the up out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me, though.
There you go.
You either with me or win. Win, 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 win. Curve everything else. Win, 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 win. These ops ain't lit.
So what is your vision for what you want to accomplish and what you want to do? Define exactly what do you have to do that. That's called the process, is a definition of what you have to do to be successful in terms of the goals that you have.
Slapper, baby. Mouse on the track.
She's it for no reason. She just like my steezy. Now she want the easy. Get a room. She gon' hit the beezy. Then gon' do her easy.
What it do? I be coming through. And my f***ers too. I'm the truth. Who for you? I be getting loose to the roof. Come to the roof. I didn't do me too.
And you can get it too. What you tryna do? Balenciaga. some time, but 600 feet. I'ma move, get the loot. Let me get my phone. They got plenty, they got plenty. You gon' get you some. I bet you won't. 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 You die when it's time to die. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. You need to get your money right. I bet you won't. I bet you got a back and you need to flip. I bet you won't. I bet you show them big things. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. So they flexing on you. Listen, let's make this correction. Who they testing? This is not oppression. Give a built a question. Talking ignorant like you really with it. Come on and get it. Y'all stingy. I won't give a penny. If you offended,
I'm a clown, I don't fuck around, it be going down. Make a sound, we can touch around, beat you to the ground. I go hard, super hard, right and wrong. Mix them both together, watch me dump it all down.
they full of lies. I will not ignore it. They won't get the glory. Pull a card. They say use a broad. Fabricated scores in the dog. You play with the board. That is statutory. People, we do not believe you. Thank me on that knee.
I'm cold, you already know. I be on the neck pros, and my wrist game got me with a hold on the road. All I do is shows, polo on my clothes. And if you think I'm broke, you can keep your mouth closed.
I bet you won't. 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 You die when it's time to die. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. You need to get your money right. I bet you won't. I bet you got a back and you need to flip. I bet you won't. I bet you show me. Hey, I bet you won't. I bet you won't.
This side, buddy.
I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't.
I bet you won't.
It's a boot boy thing, baby.
I bet you won't.
Nick Saban rules. Let's go, baby. Yeah.
And I would find it hard to believe that anybody does more for their players than he does, head coach Nick Saban.
Hey, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Well, first off, guys, I want to welcome you to this camp. It means a lot, I think, to everybody to see that you guys are willing to sacrifice part of your summer to come here and invest your time in something to try to improve your ability to contribute to whatever team that you play for. But hopefully in this camp, some of the things that you'll learn will really help you do better in a lot of other areas. Because our focus here at Alabama is to help our players be more successful, first off, as people. Their thoughts, their habits, their priorities, the choices and decisions that they make will help them take advantage of their gifts. The second thing is we want them to be successful as students. You know, all you guys love to play. I loved to play when I was growing up. I didn't really like school, but I did well in school because I knew that if I was going to get out of working in the coal mines or whatever it was and improve the quality of my life, I was going to have to get an education. And as much as you like to play, there's one thing that all athletes have in common. Comes a day you can't play. And that's where you need to make sure that you're getting an education to prepare yourself for the day you can't play. So it's very important to make the right choices and decisions when it comes to academics and school. And the third thing is we want to help everybody be the very best player they can be. So they're going to have the kind of work ethic, invest their time, have the kind of perseverance and competitive character that's going to help them be able to be the best that they can be. And you know, God gave everybody ability. God gave everybody some great ability. Different ways. God gave some guys lots of physical ability, some mental ability, but everybody has a choice. That whatever your ability is, you can choose to do nothing with it. You can choose to do whatever you need to do to get by, which means you're probably pretty average at it. You can actually invest your time. Investing your time is different than spending it. You know, spending time is playing Nintendo or whatever you guys play now, as opposed to, here's something I want to accomplish, I want to do, and I'm going to invest my time in doing that. Then you're probably pretty good at it. And if you really want to be a perfectionist and really have pride in your performance and do the best that you can do, be the best that you can be, like there's a picture upstairs of Kobe Bryant when he came here and talked to our team. He said, I know I can't be perfect, but I'm going to close the gap on perfect every day. player asked him, how'd you score 60 points in your last game as an NBA player when you were 40 years old? And he said, I work 365 days a year, 8 hours a day. They don't put that part on the ESPN. So if you really want to be good at something, you really got to make a commitment and a lot of sacrifices to be able to do it. So this camp is here to help you improve. All right, but the thing that I'm most interested in is there's 3 things that you can do that take no ability, that any player that I ever coached, whether they were in the NFL or in college football, I always start out with these 3 things. Can you give effort, 100% effort, which means you're straining your gut to finish everything you're asked to do? The second thing is do you have the mental toughness? We're not talking about physical toughness. We're not talking about knocking somebody down. We're talking about the mental toughness to be able to sustain your effort and your focus throughout the entire practice. Every opportunity you get in when the coach is talking to you in a meeting, which we're going to have here in a minute, or whether you're doing a drill, that's going to improve your ability to change direction or whatever it might be, or to play a technique at your position, that you're focused and you're trying to stay, you got the mental toughness, whether it's hot outside, whether it's raining outside, regardless of the circumstance, you can stay focused on what you need to do. You got the mental toughness to do that. Stay positive about what you're doing regardless of the circumstance that you're in. And the last thing is be responsible to know what to do. Can you do your job? So we're going to go out there and play 7-on-7 today. We're going to play a coverage on defense. We're going to run a play on offense. All right. Can you go out there and know what to do? Know how to do it, why it's important to do it that way, and go out there and execute it. What to do, how to do it, why it's important to do it that way. So that takes more than physical ability. It takes none. It takes you being conscientious about doing your job. You know, when I coached for Bill Belichick at the Cleveland Browns, we had one sign up in the building for all the players, all the coaches, all the people that work there. You know what it was? Do your job. He defined the expectation for everybody and the standard that they needed to do it, and you were expected to go out and take ownership for it, be responsible for it, and do it at a high level. So, those 3 things take no ability. Don't have to jump high, don't have to run fast, don't have to do any of that. But you do have to be in condition. All right, because if you're not in condition, and that's why some of the things we do in this camp are going to work you to be able to improve your condition. If you're not in condition and you get tired, you're going to loaf when you're tired. Fatigue makes cowards of us all. That's what Vince Lombardi said. So you're going to make mental errors and lose your physical toughness, which this camp's not all about, when you get tired. And you're going to make mental errors and not be able to carry out and do your job because you're going to make mental mistakes. So that's why you're going to have to believe and make a commitment to get in condition. All right, now there's one other thing that's going to be important in this camp, all right, and that's discipline. You know, all you guys should have a goal and a vision for what you want to accomplish as people, as students, and as players. All right, if you don't, you're just kind of floating around in the world, all right, because all those things are really important. All right, but then, regardless of what your vision is, you have to understand, what do I have to do to accomplish that? That's what I always get coined with the word process. It's a definition of what do you have to do to affect the goals that you have. And you know, you guys get goals and outcomes confused. If you're a receiver in this camp and I ask you what your goal is next year and you say, I want to catch 50 passes, that's not a goal. That's an outcome. Outcomes are distractions. Goals are doing everything you can do to be the best receiver you can be so that you can catch 50 passes. So you're focused on the things that you need to do to be able to accomplish the goals that you have. And then the third part of that is you have to have the discipline to execute it. Okay, so there's probably some sign that you read somewhere that says discipline is doing what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done. That's at home when your mom tells you to do something. That's at school when you have work to do. And that's what your coach tells you to do on the field. what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done. Do the right thing, the right way, the right time, all the time. All right, but I'm talking about self-discipline, because all you guys are going to make these decisions a couple hundred times a day, every day of your life. And it's going to come down to these two questions. Here's something I know I'm supposed to do that I really don't want to do. Can you make yourself do it? I don't feel like studying. I don't feel like going to class. I don't feel like practicing today. Those are all things that you know you're supposed to do that you really don't want to do. Can you make yourself do it? Then over here, there's going to be something you know you're not supposed to do, but you want to do it. Can you keep yourself from it? If everybody's going on the street corner and smoking something, cigarettes, whatever else it might be, you know you're not supposed to do that. Everybody else is doing it. You're going to do it or not. Clock goes off in the morning. You're supposed to get up and go to class. You got an 8 o'clock class and you got a test in class. You know you're supposed to get up. You don't feel like getting up. You're getting up or not. Make these decisions all the time. But if you make them the right way and you have passion for what you want to do, it's going to help you make them the right way, and you're going to be able to stay on the path of doing the things you need to do to be successful in your life, whatever it is you choose to do. And look, guys, we all have some circumstance which is a justification for not doing the right thing. We're all good at that. But let me tell you something. I want everybody to understand something about truth. You know, we're going to ask you questions, and I'm going to tell you the same way I tell my kids. If you don't tell the truth, I can't trust you. If I can't trust you, we can't have a relationship. If you can't have a relationship, you can't be on a team. All right, so you guys got to learn something about truth. You got to tell the truth. You got to live the truth. But bigger than anything else, even in this camp, you got to believe the truth. So when a coach tells you you got to do something to improve, you got to believe them. You don't have to give an excuse for why you did what you did or an explanation for why you do things the way you do them, because we really don't care about that. But if you don't believe the truth, you can never improve. So if this camp is all about improving, then if you don't believe the truth, you're never going to be able to improve, because you can never go from where you are to where you need to get to so that you can be very, very productive and improve. You guys with me on that? And the last thing, guys, that I want to talk to you about is I don't want to know if you're tired. When you show that you're tired, we're going to do drills in here today, and the first thing you're going to do is go down like this. And the first thing a coach is going to do is tell you to stand up. Because what are you saying? What message are you sending? What are you selling, all right, when you tell the other guy you're tired? You're telling him, you're beating me. That's what you're telling him. And he's sitting there saying, this guy's tired now, I'm going to take it to him. So do you ever want your opponent to know that? If your opponent knows that, you're helping him. You're playing for the other team. And that goes back to mental toughness of being able to stand tall, have pride in what you're doing. This is not going to be easy. Don't expect it to be easy. And you're going to have to persevere. And you're going to have to overcome adversity in the next 3 days. And you're going to have to overcome adversity in your life if you're ever going to be successful. If you're going to ever have a great victory in your life, you're going to have to overcome adversity, because that's what's going to make it. What's the great team that you play that you really got to beat? When you beat them, it's something. But why is it something? Because you had to overcome a lot to do it. You've got to have mental toughness to do that. You've got to have perseverance to do it. And you can't show the other guy how you feel. You got to be strong, and you got to stay strong. And I'm going to tell you a story about that. All right, Joe Lipsy was a boxer, all right, when I was at Michigan State, who was a friend of mine, and he fought Marvin Hagler, who was the middleweight champion of the world for like 10 years, and was very hateful, very good fighter, tough, hard-nosed. Nobody gives my man Joe a chance to win the fight. He's like 17-1 dog in the fight in Las Vegas. So, you know, we're all sitting watching TV, all right? We're hoping the guy survives. So Joe wins the first round. Everybody's like, wow. Joe wins the second round. Everybody can't believe it. He might beat the champ. He might become the champion of the world. He wins the third round. Everybody's like, I can't believe my man Joe. In the fourth round, he damn near got killed. All right, so I saw him like a month later at a picnic. And I said, Joe, what happened, man? You were doing so well. Did he hit you and hurt you and you couldn't defend yourself? He said, no, I hit him with my best shot at the end of the third round, and it didn't faze him. And I never thought I could win after that. So the champ was the champ because of what? How he took the guy's best shot and never blinked an eye. And then the other guy never thought he could win. So when you show, I'm tired, when you show the other guy that you're getting the best of me, you're helping that guy think that he's going to win. If you're relentless in the way you do things and you keep trying hard, keep trying to finish, keep trying to play, let them say, this guy's crazy. Now that guy's starting to think, and you got a better chance to overcome. So, and that's how you have to overcome adversity too. So I'm happy that you guys are here. We got a lot of folks here. We're going to have a split camp here where we take some of the older guys outside, keep the younger guys in here. We've got a lot of coaches that are here to help you. And every time that you guys clap for somebody, not like you just clap for me, I want you to give me 3. Give me 3. All right, that's how you acknowledge somebody in this camp. You got me? All right, and the other thing we're going to do when we end camp and you're tired, all right, I'm going to do a focus drill with you. All right, so every time my hands cross, everybody claps. All right, and when they don't cross, you don't clap. All right, so let's go. Here we go. You got to focus. You got to zero in. All right, we're going to do that every day. And I'm not going to make it that easy, but we're going to have fun here and you guys are going to get better. All right, so we're going to get ready to split up here in groups. Here's Ellis. Thanks.